Think about it. It's perfect. Governments everywhere on the verge of falling. They're falling all over Eastern Europe. They're falling all over the planet because of the world implosion as they set up the new Bank of the World, the new carbon taxes. How do they lock down cities? How do they set up a police state? How do they ban public gatherings? How do they ban protesting? How do they grandstand as saviors? They hype up a designer flu, and it's no doubt a designer flu. They did that so when scientists who weren't part of their cabal looked at it, they would at least go, yeah, this is totally new and novel. By the way, it looks like it's an engineer. This is scary. So they can create fear and then say, oh, it's mutating in the fall. You need to take the vaccine. Boy, something special they got for you in that vaccine. Maybe it's like the syphilis for the black men. Remember, that's the government that does this type of stuff thousands of times. The atomic soldiers, Project Shad, nerve-gassing troops, radiating foster children. You better find out who the eugenicists are. Better see Endgame, Blueprint for Global Enslavement. This is their perfect excuse to get in your life. Now they have federal teams that check checkpoints on the roads and ask citizens questions. They have the Army doing it. It's not just the airports now where Homeland Security admitted. That's training. Take your shoes off. Be humiliated. Answer questions. Normal people who are law-abiding, it's about getting us used to the secret police asking us questions, living in a prison, the public schools, thumb scanning to get school lunches, drug dogs sniffing them in the morning, cameras in the classrooms and halls and many bathrooms. You know, living as prisoners, no tag allowed, no dodgeball, no running. Now at schools nationwide, it's almost everywhere. No hugging, no high-fiving. Prisoners in prison can high-five, even in medium security. Not your children. They're prisoners for their own good. This is all about inducting us into this control grid, this scientific dictatorship. I'm going to recap all these top stories and issues here in a moment. But right now, let's go ahead and call the White House. Here is the number. We're going to call it in a moment. Call the White House, 202-456-1111. Be polite. These are just puppets. These are just actors. This is, the real government is run out of the RAND Corporation and the Council on Foreign Relations, Trilateral Commission. These big think tanks brag. They set all the real policies. The military dictatorship that works for them is based not in Virginia, not in D.C., but at Northcom. So remember, you're just calling like a group of Shakespearean actors. You're just calling a theater troupe. So don't be rude to these actors. You know, they work hard, man. They're tired. You know, they go home. Obama smokes a cigarette, maybe hits a doobie or something. He's a really good actor. He presents the script. Don't be rude. Let them know, hey, we know you're actors, and the people will back you up if you just won't stage terror attacks, or, when your bosses stage terror attacks, take all our freedoms. And tell your bosses, we know they're hyping this to sell the public on forced inoculations and roundups and lockdowns. And we know, Obama, that that's a fraud. You leave the borders wide open and the plane's still flying, but say you may have to lock down our cities. We know you're just training us as your banker bosses implode everything. You've already stolen $12.8 trillion the first 6 months, under Bush and you, working in unison as puppet frontmen, distractions for the public. But we're doing what you want. We're calling the puppet. We're calling the puppet. So let's go ahead and call Obama. I'm going to go ahead and talk to him right now. Let's go ahead and call the White House. Call the local theater. 202-456-1111. Going to call the local actors.
Thank you for calling the White House comment line. The office is now closed.
Oh.
Your comment is very important to the President, so please call again between the hours of 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. Our direct telephone number is 202-456-1111. Again, 202-456-1111. Thank you.
Do you understand how dark it is? How far down the line we are? How late it is?